to Dish with D. That's me. Heidi ho. Oh, I have my seatbelt on. Some days, I don't know how I make it through. It's wonderful. All right, how's it going? It is Friday. It's actually pretty nice today here in the Northeast. We're going to get up to 50. So yeah, that's my kind of weather. Yeah, Dish with D likes 50. I can handle 50. Let's see if I can pull my shades here. Because it's a little bit sunny out. I lost my other sunglasses. I call my Dish with D sunglasses. The really cute pink ones broke. I sat on them. Yeah. These would break too if I sat on them. So I have to order me another pair. I keep forgetting, but I will do that. Because actually people have asked, where's your glasses? The one that's in the picture. I don't know if the picture's on YouTube. I know the picture's on my other social media. But yes, I'm going to be ordering a new pair of those. Because I love those. They were sexy. And not that I'm trying to be sexy here, because I'm not. You know when something makes you feel sexy? Those sunglasses made me feel sexy. Don't ask me why. Okay. I was pondering this morning. I figured it's been almost a month. It's the 23rd, I think, today. Something like that. I'm directing this to everybody who started there. You have the January 1st rolls around. We all get reinvigorated to deal with our weight loss or deal with our weight. And we get all, it's kind of like, we call them like the resolutions, the resolutionists. Like, yes, it's that time of year. Weight loss journeys really start, it always seems to be like a quarter. Like January's popular, right before summer is popular. When the kids go back to school, well, it would be quarter, it would be thirds. Like 3 times a year, it always seems to be a big popular time for people to want to get on the weight loss journey, lifestyle, whatever you want to call it. So I'm just saying, how's it going? Here we are at the end of the first month. And how are you doing? Sometimes we get on that, I call it the honeymoon stage. You're all gung-ho, you're excited, you're into it, you're following, you're making all new stuff, you're buying all the right foods, and the scale isn't moving like you wish it would. Do you get frustrated? Do you quit? Do you persevere? Because sometimes, I know, I always talk from my own perspective, because that's why it's called Dish with D, is we get frustrated. We get frustrated because the weight doesn't come off as quick as we think it should. I mean, I could speak for me and say, there are times I'm starving. There are times my stomach's growling, and I know I'm done with points, or I really can't. I'm saving points for dinner, and I really can't eat anything. I mean, there's 0-point foods. Yes, you could eat those, but I'm from the old school where I just don't want to. Maybe a piece of fruit, but I'm not a big fruit eater, so it's kind of like I just choose not to eat. And I think to myself, is this all worth it? Is this all, am I sitting here denying myself? Is it all worth it? For the stinking half a pound or pound I might get off this week, because sometimes weight loss slows up and it gets frustrating. Trust me, I know. I mean, we would love to have 2-3 pounds a week, every week. And Weight Watchers doesn't really guide you. It says you could lose between 1 to 1.5 to 2. Just depends on, your metabolism and your body, because they can't guarantee anything, because everybody's body is different and everybody's body reacts differently. So they really can't say, well, yeah, you follow the plan, you will definitely get this amount of weight up. They give you a range, because they really, truly don't know. And a lot of us kind of fall short of that range. Sometimes we, like I said, we do the half pound, 0.2, 0.4, 0.6. Not that there's anything wrong with it, because, hey, I tell you all the time, I look forward to any loss. But we're talking about the people in the beginning, because in the beginning you don't expect to get those until, a little bit further down the line. And how do you handle that when you've put in all that work and I've, in my words, I've suffered through all those days of starving, and that's the thanks you get. It's not easy, I'll tell you that, because I think what motivates us is the number on the scale. That's what motivates us, propels us to hit that next week with zest and vigor, zest and vigor. Zest, what's zest? Zest and vigor. You're like, wow, when you come off with like a 2-pound loss, you're like, yeah, man, I killed it and I got 2 pounds off. And it's like, you're ready, geared into that next week, but here you only got 0.2 off. You know what? I say go into that week with zest and vigor. You know what? You are 0.2 off. Yeah, you might have thought you all think we deserve better. Trust me, I think I deserve better every week. And you know what? Sometimes it's the scale isn't always fair. And my leader always says, don't let that scale define your week. Even if you haven't gained and you know that you did everything right, you crossed your T's, you dotted your I's, you put a period at the end of that sentence, and this is how you get thanked. Not fair. Not fair. But how it's hard to keep motivated when you don't see results. I get that. I get that more than you know, because there's many weeks I didn't get results. But you know what? I'm sitting here today with a result because I persevered. I kept going. And because I knew I was eating less. I knew my body would eventually catch up. And it did. It does. Is it hard? Yes. It's hard to go in there and you're seeing people, 2.4, 1.8, and you're like, really? Because I'm not sharing my 0.2. And like, what are they doing that I'm not? Are they exercising more? Maybe, but there's people that exercise a lot and don't see big results on the scale either. So I don't always put my stock in, it's just, I just think everybody's built differently. And everybody's metabolism is, you got there differently than somebody else, so you're going to get back there differently than somebody else. That's a big perspective. Did you gain weight like somebody else? So why should you lose it like somebody else? Just saying. So that, I just want, like I said, keep the faith, keep the ship. Don't keep sailing. Don't turn around and go back to port, because I promise you, the results will not be pleasurable there. Pleasurable, that was an interesting one. They will not be positive. They will not be the results you want if you give up. Again, I never say it's easy. One thing about this journey, yes, you can do it. B, it is not easy. It is the hardest thing I've ever done. I've had kids. I've raised kids. I've had several different types of jobs. Never anything in I would have 20,000 kids. Childbirth was so much easier than this. It is hard. It is hard. It's like somebody giving up smoking. This is like, this is how I view my weight loss. It was like, I am, you're addicted to cigarettes or alcohol or drugs. I am addicted to food. I'm addicted to eating food as much as I want and when I want, and nobody tells me I can't not have that. So now I'm like, yeah, I feel like, but here's the thing with all those other addicts, they don't, I still have to eat. So I'm surrounded by my addiction 24 hours a day. Like, alcoholics don't have to drink. Alcohol isn't part of your daily life. Drugs aren't part of your daily life, but food is. So it's the hardest to me in my mind. I'm not saying the other ones aren't hard, because my God, they are. But I'm saying, but I still have to eat. So I have to face my addiction every meal and know that I can't have any more of that. What I want more? Yes, I do. Every single meal, I want more. Still to this day, I'm sitting here telling you I've lost 113, 14 pounds, Weight Watchers lifetime goal, and I still want more. I still want more. I don't know if that's ever going to go away. Lord knows I hope it does, because I really, truly, constantly want to eat. I fight it every day, every meal. I'm not saying that you will, but that's just me. And you have to remember too, I've been heavy since I was 11 years old. Since I went through puberty, I was 11. So yeah, I was a size 14 in high school. I've been heavy a stupidly long time, 40 some years. So yeah, I have a different sort of perspective than somebody that's maybe only gained weight in the last 10, a little bit different. So that's why I think I'm so addicted. I don't know. So it's ingrained in me how to eat, and that's the thing. I'm trying to make better habits. I made a habit of not eating after dinner, so that happened about 20 years ago when I was reflux, severe. It was horrible. I mean, I would wake up in severe pain. Oh, it was just awful. And big things with reflux, you can't eat late because you go to bed, it sits, it comes, yeah, it's not. So remember dinner, I had to stop eating dinner. I mean, I had to end with dinner at like 5:30 and couldn't eat. And it would help a lot. Sleeping propped up, that's a whole other video. But yeah, I'm sitting here not suffering with that anymore because I lost weight. They did tell me that, if you lose weight, you're like, yeah, they always tell that to everybody. Lose weight, lose weight, lose weight. Well, yeah, in my case, they were right. Who knew? They knew. But yeah, so if you're still in that, wow, I did really well the first few weeks. Now, I feel like I'm not getting anywhere. You're getting somewhere. You are. It just might not be as fast. It's never, here's a tip. It's never as fast as we want it to be or we think it should be. I don't know if anybody's told you that. But yeah, it's never as fast as we want it or we think we deserve it. And we do. We do deserve it. Because like I said, this is hard. I'm sorry. I find, looking at something and saying no hard. Like, I want that. I work at school and there's food coming in there every day, all day. Would I want everything? Sure I do. Do I have it? No. Most times I look and see what's there and take a piece of the best choice. Back in the day, I would have one of everything that came in. What the ham bone, I don't do that anymore. When Dunkin' Donuts comes in, yeah, Dunkin' Donuts, they don't move me anymore. But if you bring an Amish market donut in, yeah, I might have a piece. I'll have a quarter with somebody. And you know what? It satisfies. Because better than not having any of it. So I look forward to that little piece. You fit in the things that you love. Because you're going to eat them. You're going to find a way to eat them. So I try to, put, you could stop at a bite. Yes. Because I think of not having that bite and not having anything. So I look forward to that bite. And that bite is awesome. And I have a bite regularly. It's not like I have it like once a month. Like, maybe there's a couple times a week I have a bite of. So my weeks are filled with different little treats. You learn to adjust, and is it easy? No. Will you get there? Yes. It may take you a while, but I always think in my mind, I go, what's the alternative? What's the alternative? So, and you're doing it for better health. You're doing it to feel better. You're doing it for health reasons. You're doing it for your family. Like that, let that be the motivation that pushes you. Like the doctor told me I'd be dead in 6 months if I didn't seek help for my sleep apnea. That alone is life-changing when you think you're those 6 months. I was 48 years old, 49. Yeah. My kids were young. I mean, well, my baby was probably 15. So he's going to be without a mom because his mother ate too much. I couldn't let that be my legacy. I could not let that. She died because she couldn't get away from the plate. That's what they would say at my funeral. And I did not want that to be said at my funeral. Like, oh, poor Denise, she just lost some weight. She'd be here. And that's the God's honest truth. If it wasn't for the fact that I ate, I would be there. I'd miss my kids' weddings and grandkids. I'd miss everything. So, take it from me. You can do it. If I can do it, you can do it. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed, please consider subscribing. Hit the notification bell. Let you know District Tea uploads, tomorrow's weigh-in, and Sunday's Tea with D. I hope to see you Sunday night, and I will see you tomorrow on my weigh-in and what happened at the meeting.